Bum, bum, bum. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. I'm just going to get on my stream. And here we go. Any second now. Who's here? Oh, 7 people watching already. Excellent. Top job. Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay? Everybody? Evening, Dave. Skip. Right, so there we go. So you can see, like, the problem here is, I don't know if I'm actually running, but the problem is with doing this is the fact that the tripod is like as high as it'll possibly go. So I have to make space on the screen. So everything kind of has to be it's spaced out a bit, so it's going to start looking a bit messy. However, I will try my best to explain exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to set this up from scratch, because I watch videos like this and I think, God, that is incredible, and then I can't follow the trace of cables and stuff like that, and then oh, excellent, Dean's here. So you get like a little bit confused. I do anyway. But so doing it all from scratch, right from the very beginning, so it's not too complicated. So here we have the iPad, nothing plugged into it. Here we have the Steinberg UR44 audio interface. This is the thing we're going to use. The only thing into the back of this is the USB cable and the power. You have to have power. And it's on CC mode, which is class compliant. Okay, so what we're going to do, and we have a powered USB hub. It's just a dead cheap one and a taller one. I think it was about £15, and it's only got 4 inputs here, and 1 power charge. Now we actually need more, so it's actually good. It's worked out well. So here's the thing: if I need to buy one with more of them, but we're going to take the USB. Here we go. From the back of the UR44, and we're going to plug it in here like this. And then I'm going to take the actual USB from the powered hub, and that is going to go into the iPad. Now, because it's a powered hub, I don't need to use the USB 3 connector, because I'm using that to power the camera. And then from the camera, I'm not even going to explain because it's going to get too confusing. So, but you're going to hear everything that I'm going to hear through this. Okay, so we're going to obviously plug that into the iPad. And what I can do now is I can turn the power on the USB hub, and then turn the power on the actual UR44. And what we want is that light to be steady. So I need to power on the iPad. And once it's connected, you'll see that it just stays on. Okay, so that's good. So the connection is good between the UR44 and the iPad. So that's cool. Cool beans. And then I'm going to start connecting the synthesizers. Okay, so first one I'm going to connect is the Uno drum. And I'm going to do all the MIDI connections before I do the audio connections. Otherwise, things start to get confused. And you'll see now that, because if we don't do it separately, everything starts to look a complete mess. And it's very difficult to follow. So, and because this is a working studio, it's a room, this table changes every single day, obviously. So I'm just going to grab a USB cable. Which one? That one will do. So I'm going to grab this USB cable here, which is your ordinary standard kind of USB cable that's going to power the Uno drum. And at the moment, this is going to be for power. Turn it on. This is going to be for power and USB MIDI. Okay, so that's great. Great. Power and USB MIDI, that's what we want. Okay, so we can put that there. So what we need to do is connect the other ones for the MIDI as well. So the next one I'm going to use is, I think, the Uno synth here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a MIDI cable. And connect the power, and of course the USB MIDI. So I've got a really long one here, so that's good. That can go all the way down to the back, and again that can go into the powered hub and turn it on, and that'll then switch the Uno on. And all the time now, what's happening is all this information here is being fed into the iPad, which is cool. Okay, so we can put that there for a second. We can put that there while it's calibrating itself. Look there. We still don't need to worry about anything on the iPad. And then the last one I'm going to do is the modal sculpt. And that is, we need another MIDI cable, obviously, USB cable for that. So I'm just going to plug that in. Into the powered hub. Now you'll notice now that I've now used up all my what's this, and that's switched on the sculpt. Okay, all good so far. Here's what we need to do now. What we should do now is we shall just check our MIDI connections. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, what I need to do also is take this cable here and pretend that this would be your headphones going into the front of the UR44. Okay, it's actually going back into my mixer, but you know, I want it to be like you've plugged a pair of headphones in, and so you're hearing everything the same. Now also what I need to do now is drive some volume for that. Now we need to go into AUM and start to set that up. So I can pull that down here so I can see what I'm doing. So we might start to get air buzz and stuff like that. Doesn't matter, we can fix that. So let's see, first thing I'm going to do is I am going to open actually, wait a minute, I'll do the MIDI first because I like to do it that way around. So you have to bear with me now, guys, while I engage my brain. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 4 audio slots. That's going to be for in a bit, not now. Pardon me. And I'm going to do 3 MIDI slots as well. So I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do a Rosetta XOX, and this is going to be playing the Uno drum. Then I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do a Atom piano roll, and I'm going to do another Atom piano roll. And the Atom piano rolls, so we can move that back now. So the Atom piano rolls will be playing this and this. But we can do that now before we start before we start with the audio connection. We can actually test that our MIDI is working. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into our matrix here like this, and you will see that because we're going into the iPad via the USB hub, and then also our UR44 is going in here as well. This is going to be good for our audio and MIDI. We can look along here now, and we can see we've got Sculpt Synth as a source, the Steinberg UR44 as a MIDI source, Uno drum as a MIDI source, and this. But I'm more interested in the destinations for this. So the first thing to do, I want my Rosetta XOX, which is here. I know you might not be able to see it, but they'll be there when you set it up, something similar or whatever. My Rosetta XOX drum machine, I want to connect that to the Uno drum there, like that. Okay. Now, what I need to do is check that it's gonna actually do that information. So we've got some volume here, and we've got some volume. And if I'm not sure now what's gone wrong, right, no, we're not going to hear nothing because we know that the MIDI's working because we've got our MIDI connections there. That's fine, okay? And if I was to do some sort of drum pattern with XOX now, you'd see that Uno drum would start to. In fact, we can quickly check that, can't we? We can go back to XOX. And if I do this here like this, and I just let me just set the bass drum going. I'll give it just a 4 on the floor, and I'll also make sure that I go into the little star here and make sure that general MIDI is selected, because we're using an external drum machine, and I know Uno sends on general MIDI, so that's cool. So if I was to press play now, you won't hear anything, but you see, we've got our 4 on the floor kick, light, bouncing there. Okay. And we can stop. So what we're going to do now is start to connect the audio into the UR44, which is cool. So along the front here, I know you can't really see, we have 4 inputs, and then we have our 4 gain controls. The first instrument we'll connect is, I want to connect the Uno drum. So what we need to do is get some cables for those. And we need to use, we've got the 1/4 inch at one end, and then we've got them reduced with a stereo to mono converter. Otherwise you'll get sort of weirdness. So we can put this in there, out, like that. And I'm going to plug it into, we've got four channels, 4 inputs on the front, okay? So I am going to put it into channel 2. There's a reason I want to do that. So Uno drum now goes into channel 2, okay? I'm going to put the Uno synth into, I hope you can see the bits and pieces well enough to know what I'm sort of doing. I'm going to put the Uno synth into channel 3. Where's some of the cable? Same thing again, because the outputs on the back are, what's it, 1/8. So out. And I'm going to put the Uno synth into channel 3. Okay, I don't want that touching that really, if I can help it. See, it starts to get a bit like, you know, cables everywhere and stuff. And then the audio output from the sculpt, I'm going to put into number 4. So line out into number 4. And now I shall start to bring up the levels. Now we may get some audio, you know, like earth buzz. So there's that. And I'll bring up number 2. And I'll bring up number 3, and I'll bring up number 4. So we've got some sort of level to work with. So what we need to do now, can you still see that on the top of the UR44? What we're going to do is open this one, and where it says hardware input now, you'll see it says Steinberg UR44 1 and 2, or 1 or 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, because it's a 6 input audio interface. Right, okay, so hang on a sec, I need to just show that message from Sonic. Right, so we're going to place this one in number 1, but there's nothing going into number 1 yet, so we don't need to worry about that. But I placed in this one the Uno drum, if you remember, channel 2. So I want this going to number 2, and we've got earth buzz here there. Okay, so we don't need to worry too much about that just yet. And then number 3 here, sorry, we got 1. In number 3 is the Uno synth. So hardware input, and then number 3. And then in number 4, we've got the, number 4, we've got the sculpt, and I'll just quickly rename this because God, sculpt, that does not say sculpt, sculpt. Okay, and then for this one I'll do the same. This was the Uno synth. I'll just call that synth. And then I'm going to name this one drum. 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 Okay. So here we go. So we've got drum, synth and sculpt, which is the channels that correspond to what's going into the front of the Steinberg UR44. Super. So now we have our what's it. So if we go now to our XOX, which is now controlling the setup in our thing, but if we go to our, I don't want to just yet do any more connections other than that, so we'll just see why in a sec. So what I'm going to do is go to XOX. I'm just going to get it to play some snare as well, so like this. And yeah, we can do some closed hats as well. Just I didn't want a dead basic rhythm, just to show you the connection, you know. And also I'm going to slow this down to 100 BPM. And now not sure why. Oh. So now you see that we've got the XOX controlling the Uno drum. So we can change the kits and stuff on the drum. Okay. Can you hear that that ground hum thing? I'll show you how to fix that as well. So okay, so that's done. We can move that out the way a little bit, so I can move some stuff up like this and then move this kind of here. So next what I want to do is I want to be able to play these sounds in, and I'm just going to adjust the level going in. So what I'm going to do is get the Arturia key step now, because this is where I want to show you about the MIDI in on the back of the UR44. So here is the, we can move that there. And don't worry about the earth hum, because I can fix that as well. But for now, here is the Arturia key step. Now the problem now is I got to get power to this, right? And I've got no more USB cables that will send, I've got no more like data cables that will send USB slots that will send data in, because I've run out. So without buying a bigger thing. So the good thing is, the workaround on this is that on the back of the Steinberg UR44, we have actual MIDI, proper, look at this, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. We have proper, I don't know if you can see, but MIDI, 5-pin DIN MIDI, which is convenient because the back of the Arturia has a 5-pin DIN MIDI. But that doesn't supply power, does it? So I've got to power this somewhere. Well, luckily, most of these USB hubs do have a power charging point on the front, not for data exchange, just for power. Okay, so what I'm going to do is power the Arturia from the, what's it called? Plug the thing in. I'm going to power the Arturia from the power point on the little USB hub, and then we have power to the Arturia. But now I've got to get the information from this keyboard into here so I can control it from here. Epic. So I need a MIDI cable. just this time your standard MIDI connection cables like this, right? So we can go MIDI out. And into MIDI in on the back of the, what's it? Just do this. MIDI in, MIDI in. Let me go in here. Okay. Now, what's cool here is, I'll fix that air thumb in a minute if it's bothering you. Right. What's great now is if I go to my matrix again, as you can see, if I go to my matrix again now, if you see where it says Steinberg UR44, that's MIDI. That's the MIDI. It's not just the what's it works for the 5-pin DIN. So you'll see, right, if I want to route the Steinberg, the Sculpt synth, where are we? No, Steinberg UR44 MIDI hardware to play Sculpt like that. I can just do that, and you see we've got MIDI. Okay, so what's then we want? Let's see. I'm not sure now. Wait, I know I've got. No, I've routed it to the wrong place. See. Now we've got the Arturia going into 5-pin DIN MIDI on the back of the UR44, right? Playing the Sculpt. Awesome. So I don't really want the for this. I don't want the UR at the key, I don't want the key step. You have to bear with me; it gets all confusing. I don't want the Steinberg. I don't want the Arturia key step playing Sculpt. What I want to do is have the Arturia key step, which is now renamed Steinberg UR44 because it's going into the 5-pin DIN MIDI, right? I want that to play Atom, piano roll, and I want the, see, this, it gets real confusing now for me. Let's see, I want that to play that, and what do I want as a source? I want Atom Piano Roll 1 as a source to play Sculpt. So I should hear it again now. Right, okay, so this is what we're going to do. For now, we're going to just input some notes into this, but I'm going to make it, I'm going to expand the, what's it to, four bars. I'm going to engage play, and I'll get me beat when I play this now. And I'm on record, so theoretically, brilliant. So now we've got the audio coming from Sculpt being MIDI controlled by what's it? Okay. And right now I've got this. I can hear the air thumb. I can hear the air thumb. So what I'm going to do is go to the very end here, and I'm going to add one more audio track, and I'm going to do mix bus A like this, and I'm going to send all this stuff over to that mix bus. So mix bus A, because it's really doing my head in. I don't know if you can hear it. Mix bus A. You get this though with loads of US. That's a really cheap. What's it? You know, some places just have massive earth issues, so should still have that. Right, that's fine. Now, of course, you can set up anything you like, any way you like, can't you? You know, instrument wise, it's like a mess on here because you need to see the bits and pieces as I'm working with them. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to go into our special effects here, and you can use any limiter or gate, but I'm going to use the new Fab Filter one. So I'm going to use Fab Filter Pro G. Now, if you listen very carefully, if you can hear that, as soon as I engage the gate, it's going to disappear. There you go. It's gone now. Of course, it will come back when we play, but you won't really notice it. Now, this is where we want to be. As soon as it drops down, it's going to go. Right there. So there's about right. Okay, so that's kill the hum on that, and it's gone over the full thing. So now what we're going to do is just do the same thing for this. So this is where we want to. So we do not need our Steinberg UR. We don't need our Arturia key step playing that piano roll, so we can diss it, right? It's gone, but we still have our Atom piano roll playing our Sculpt synth. So now we just basically do exactly the same thing, but we do it for Uno synth. So I want this second Atom piano roll to send MIDI to Uno synth. So I mean, these are your sources, these are your destinations. And then I want the Arturia key step to play piano roll 2. And there it is, okay. So it doesn't really matter what I'm playing. To be fair, you know, it's you'd have a plan, wouldn't you, I guess. Right, so okay. Let's see. So we've got you can see what I mean about the connections, your sources and where you want to be sending your sources. It just kind of gets a bit confusing when you have to do two things at once if you're doing the MIDI from audio. Anyway. And this is all good to go, and I guess I want to be expanding this one as well to 4 bars for the purposes of our demo. So let me just have a quick I'll just record it. I know what it is. We can now make level adjustments. So we've successfully managed now. Hi, what did I miss? Great recap. No. exactly. Yeah, yeah. This the setups are good, and I like them. I think it's good fun. I do. So, like I said, we now can do like well, yes, I just plugged in a few cables and things, but it was all, I thought it was all kind of straightforward what I did. I mean, I could sort of move them out the way. So we got the iPad playing. We've got the iPad playing the sculpt, but I'm going to do some other stuff now. So we know that this is our drum. I haven't put anything into channel 1 yet. So I think what I'm going to do for the drum is audio unit extension. And this could be very cool. I Enzo EOS. Yeah. And that'll be just on like that. I'm going to just watch my volume here. So the drums should start to sound epic now, actually. Wrong channel. That's just for fun, sorry. Now we've got like you can add MIDI to these days quite easily. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so what we've got there is we've started to apply some effects. You know, it's really pointless me starting to add more synths and stuff. Although you could see that we could now add. I mean, I don't even think the DSP, the synths are doing most of the work. So, you know, but I still want to do something else. I want to add now something else in, so that we've it was just to show you that we can run all our audio through and we can run the effects, and of course we could then set it up so it records or we get it over into another DAW. So let's have a swig of pop, and a Tokomi vape. So, was everybody all right, by the way? I think I'm sweating it. It's so warm. So, right, I get me guitar. Run for the hills, people. Run, run, run quickly, and never to return until I put my guitar down. Right. I just also wanted to do the audio thing as well. Now, what's happening here is, although you can't see it just off screen here, is the Focusrite iTrack dock, which is running the. We've got two completely separate audio problems doing a live stream. So for you to hear what's going on in this, and also to hear what's going on from the camera, we need to use two. And that's where it also gets a bit complicated for this kind of thing. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So we've already set our routing up for the guitar earlier. And if I turn it up again now, you probably won't. Here we go. And then I have a tuning issue here. Hang on. Hey, hang on. I'm tuning the wrong. Tuning the wrong string. You know, I'm absolutely crap. It's still out of tune. Be asked to kind of tune it up any more than that. Right, I'm gonna put on a what is that? I'm super nervous. It's right. Okay, yeah, it's almost there. Yeah, I've got a blinking. What's it? You know, I don't know if you can see it. It's a pitchy black thing. So it should actually work all right. It does. That's not bad. Still, that's that A, isn't it? Oh, that's better. Right, so I'm gonna put. This does sound good. This does. Into app. No. I'm gonna put. Where is it? The ultimate chorus. FAC chorus, and then I'm gonna put a shimmery. I've had my guitars for ages and ages. They're dead sentimental, but I can't really play them. But I'm. I have said to myself that I really want to. I want to get back into the what's it, so I wonder, I don't know, if depending on how well it's in tune here, basically. So enough of me playing guitar. Anyway, there you go. So that's that's everything really. So running with guitar, the whole point is just to show you that it's all doable without too much stress. I like the guitar. It was just FAC chorus and what was that? Shimmer verb. The rest of it was just clean. Under advice grabbing, yeah, you might as well. I mean, the Rosetta suite is incredible. I think every single time I do video, some part of Rosetta, no Floyd zone is Rosetta. So I think it's. I mean, yeah, if you watch it, like if you're not sure the points are kind of explained as the video goes. So it's nice, yeah. And of course, you could then go on and add some more bits and pieces, drums, synths. You can see the thing is with live streams or short videos, you can't, it's no point in, but you could then go into this and then you could extend it further and have like more and more, as many as you like. I think, I'm not sure if there's a limit to how many bars you can have running in Atom, but it'd be a lot. And then you can add more atoms in, and you could add more MIDI effects, and then you could play some stuff if you wanted to, So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm absolute terror with tuning guitars as well. You know what I mean? I think it's the way I press the strings half the time, because I can get it to be perfectly in tune, and if I press a string and it goes, and I think, well, that don't sound right. But it always sounds right if I take my time and do a bit of lead. When I say lead, one note. It's chords I have problems with. I'm not all of the chords, but some of them sounding in tune. But they're a pain in the arse, guitars. I think they are to tune up properly, doing the intonation and all the rest of it. Gosh, yeah. Okay. Okie dokie, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Look, I've got to break it all down. I've got to break it all down now. And but yeah, I thought it was okay. MIDI out here, got a MIDI crash. Hang on. There you go. We got a MIDI bug. Anyway, turn that down. Look at all when accordings are planned right until the very end, right until the end. But yeah, brilliant. Anyway, guys, listen, I am going to go now, so I've got to put all this stuff back together. Where is the panic button? That's a good question, that is. Right, don't panic. To be fair, I thought it went pretty well. Everything worked. It can't, the odd MIDI hung note here and there is just inevitable, isn't it? There you go. But the point is that the actual plan worked to get it to play audio and MIDI all at the same time. Put some other audio stuff in as well. So yeah, but just do my head in. This is right. Hang on. See, that sounds. Oh, okay. Listen. Doesn't doesn't sound a million miles out, does it? See, it sounds all right now. Now, see, PAL says you need some cable management. I don't, because what would be the point? Because in about 5 minutes, this is all going to be gone again, and it'll be set up for something different tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Stop it. The shimmer is great, isn't it? I love the old shimmeroony. Right, see, look, you see I tune my guitar and it sounds in tune now. And then when I played it earlier, when I first played it, it was out of tune. Oh, guitars. That's why I'm a keyboard player. Great, thanks, Stephen. Listen, guys, thanks very much for joining us. I honest to God, I hope you've found some of that at least a little bit helpful. I will point out that the MIDI for the Uno and the Uno drum and the Uno synth are both set to USB here. If we go to this thing, they're both set to USB. But if they're set on anything else, it gets a bit strange. I really think that the more I play with the Uno drum, the more I like it. You can get it to sound really cool. I mean, we can change the sounds. Changing the kit's always good fun. Tune a synth to the guitar. No, I will not be defeated. No, the guitars, it's all right now. It's in tune. It's in tune well enough for this. Yeah, so all right, guys, brilliant. Top job. And unless you want to see me all, you want to watch me break it all down. Break it down. I don't sing anyone else's song, though. God. So breaking it down is, of course, pretty straightforward. We can clear that out. It's gone forever. There you go. And then turn the volumes down. Yes?
No, it's all right. I thought it finished.
Yeah, I will have finished, darling, in a sec. And then just switch off the USBs, which then turns the instruments off. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. We can switch that off. Get rid of the MIDI cable. How quickly can we break it down? Blinking quicker than we set it up. I'll tell you that for nothing. Hang on. Good fun, this, isn't it? It's like the disappearing. It's like that disappearing sand video from 1,000,000 years ago. What's great about these little mini synths as well is that they're super portable. So you can kind of take them everywhere And if you're a gigging, excuse me, a gigging type of musician, you could just kind of take them wherever you like. In your bag. I'll leave that plugged in because that's always plugged in to the back. And there we go. Ta-da! Ta-da-da-da-da-da, ta-da. At least you don't have a cat that likes chewing on your cables. No, no. And Watson, you know, Watson was never, even when he was a puppy, was never a destructive pet. Oh no, it makes it go out of focus, doesn't it? I move the microphone on the way. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to use my crayon. I'm doing it again. It's vapey time. Right, guys, from a blank table to a blank table in, what was that? Less than an hour. So that's not bad, is it? Completely set up. Oh, you're welcome, Christine. Thanks again to everyone who showed up. Me camera's as high as it'll go. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon with some other stuff. Some other stuff. Is there? Listen, if anyone's interested in hearing the Waldorf Blofeld while I've still got it, let me know. Could let me know now if you like, and I'll do a stream on that or something. That's what a beautiful sounding synth that is. I tell you, I kid you not. Okay. Is anyone? Yeah, I would like to hear Ed. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks, Ed. Yeah, it's very nice. I think it's the most. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing synth I've ever heard, but it's the most. It's kind of like. It's kind of very. It's kind of very mesmerizing. It weighs a blinking ton. It weighs an absolute ton. I'll see if I can stick it on the table. Hang on. It's so heavy. It's full steel chassis. I'll try and pick it up. Oh God. I can kind of judge from the what's it. Best keyboard of this keyboard I've ever played ever. Just incredibly nice. And it does have USB. It does have USB MIDI. So yeah, okay. Well, I can do one for that as well. Don't expect me to program it though. It's all this menu-driven diving stuff, and I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, I do understand it, but it's just not, you know. But luckily, it has over 1,000 presets in it, so you know. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a bit. They're old. These are. This has had some bits taken out the presets and stuff. I don't know. It ain't new. Right. It's heavy. Look at it. It's all like folded steel. Right, guys. Joe's making special spicy burgers for tea for us a special spicy chili burgers. Very nice with the nice coriander and stuff. No, Ed, flipping heck. When Joe seen it, I said, we can't do this. It's not belong to me. Don't be starting to get ideas about painting this. We make it go ballistic. Ballistic. No, blinking start painting all that. I mean, if it was mine, she could do the psychedelic Blofeld like she did with the cool stuff on the key step. It's great. It's great stuff. It's great. Listen, anyway, guys. Oh God, guys, I'm talking on and on here again. Listen, thank you. Oh, Dave, did I make it in time? Did I? Have you just arrived, Dave? No, I'm just going right this second. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock and strike the like, people. And next week when Colin gets back, me, Dave and Colin are going to do the Lily's Gone Mad live stream. So that should be fun. Yeah, it is, Dean. Honest, I'm not kidding. The danger of Blofeld is once you hear it, it's killing me. It's absolutely killing me because now I've heard it. I want to keep it forever. I'm not going to give it to him back. I have the little one. Oh, well, it's the same thing. It's the same. This other than the pitchy bend moddy wheel thing, it's exactly the same synth. I think. With lovely sounds, beautiful sounds. Right, anyway, guys, I will see you guys very soon. We may do Blowfield tomorrow if I'm okay. I've been a bit chesty. I think it's the weather. There was a Met Office warning for people who have, asthma and stuff like that. So I've kept my inhaler handy this evening for in case I had an emergency. All right, guys. Hey, listen, to be honest, I've got to be honest. I really enjoyed that. It was really good, it was nice when the plan comes together, sort of thing. Guys, listen, I will see you very, very soon. See you later. Ta-ra.